it's Annette Compo with Opening Doors. This episode is with a very longtime friend, Geno Grabinski. Welcome, Geno.
Welcome, Annette. How are you? Thanks for having me.
You just welcomed me to my podcast. I love that about you. We literally have been friends, I don't even know how long, 20 years?
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
a long
least
time. I don't even know Trevor was able to drive when I met you. I think he was just a little guy.
he was.
So Geno, you have been in the branding business, marketing business for how long?
Started with trophies and awards back in 1982.
Okay, I was still
So
in
it's
high
been a
school.
so it's been a few years. Yeah, okay.
We're going to
Yeah.
participate with that. So Geno, tell us a little bit about your company name and how it got started.
Yeah, so right now I'm working with Compton Press Industries. We're a full service printing company. Started back in 1967. Um, it's owned by Dan Michaels and Jeff Goulian. Uh, We do a lot of business with CARES. We do a lot of business with
Mm.
City of Farmington, Farmington Hills, a lot of different nonprofits. We're pretty big in the nonprofit business, helping out.
Well, and it's so cool because when I talk about you and what you do to other business owners, your relationships is really what has drove that company to what it is today. And of course, everything that you've done at CARES, thank you so much. It just seems like every time I see something, I'm like, oh, there goes Geno
Yeah.
again. Yeah. And, when you support those nonprofits, obviously they do have budgets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone has to kind of pay their fair share. But people don't realize that, individuals like yourself that really believe in the supporting of the mission and vision of that nonprofit, you leverage that in regards to how the printing goes and the cost of it, so I thank you for that.
Oh, absolutely. The goal is to make it worthwhile for the customer to do business with us and give them a good product.
Hmm.
That's the bottom line is, we will give you the service and we'll give you a good product. You're not going to get something bad from us.
Right. And what's neat is that when you aligned with CARES, I always try to, butter you up to hopefully maybe get you on the board of directors at some point. You're so active in the community, just like I am. And I think that those types of relationships, like I'd mentioned, is what helps you grow your business.
Absolutely.
So your relationship, how I met you, was through the Greater Farmington Chamber of Commerce. We've been serving on that board of directors, hopefully not too much longer
Yeah,
because we got all this new blood coming in.
yeah, absolutely.
And then from there, what other organizations have you been volunteered or on the board of directors for?
I was on the board of directors of Goodwill of Detroit.
Nice.
I served on there for 8 years, and then I did I'm with the Knights of Columbus and involved very heavily with the Elks organization, being district vice president and then state chairmanship and executive director of our Gold Key program in the state.
Nice. Why do you believe that those partnerships, because obviously it's leadership through community service. How do you feel like that has impacted your business?
Well, it impacts your business because you meet a lot of different people when you're in those organizations and dealing with the chamber people, dealing with Elks members. A lot of them have businesses, and when they have businesses, it helps create that relationship, so you can help each other out.
Love that. So share with me, what is the craziest thing that you put someone's logo on?
What is the craziest thing I put somebody's logo on?
Now, if you're listening, I didn't give him heads up on my question,
No, she didn't.
so we got to give him a little bit of seconds here.
Um, I would say the craziest thing we ever did was, I would say how about the coolest thing I ever
Okay,
did?
coolest is good.
The coolest thing I ever did was back in like 2000, I think it was 14, 15, at Detroit Club, they hosted the Arnold Palmer's 50th anniversary of winning the U.S. Amateur.
Nice.
And we did a bunch of awards for them. Um, I did do an award in the last couple of years. I did a plaque that was given to President Trump
Okay.
by, at then, Chief Bill Dwyer
Okay.
from the city of Warren. I have done sports items, charity sports events for professional sports athletes.
So my next question was, is that who have you met that's famous because of your branding?
Yeah, I've met a bunch of different players from the Lions, the Tigers, Red Wings, at charity golf outings, and just meeting them in. We bring them in. We do a lot of work with the Jewish Community Center. Met Goose Gossage, Jack Morris, at their golf outing that we help
Very nice.
sponsor. So,
I love that. I was thinking that you were coming on, so I was thinking of crazy stuff that I could say because, of course, I got to go for the effect, right? Because that's my personality. Is I was thinking, what can I do to stump Gino when interviewing him today? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to ask him, is it possible to take my face and make it into a temporary tattoo?
actually, it is.
It is. Oh my! You were like straight
We
face
could
when I
we
asked you
we could
that.
we could make a bobblehead out of you.
Real a bobblehead out of me.
Yeah,
Okay, it's done. We're gonna make a bobblehead.
yeah,
That's better. Well, I don't know. The temporary tattoo would be kind of fun
yeah.
though too, right? So, but well, that's awesome. So, tell me if a business is looking at the different printing needs they have. Are you like full stop? No matter what you want, you can put your logo on it.
Yep, pretty much anything you want. If you want to do a newsletter, if you want to do a brochure, you want to do a program for an event. Um,
So it's not just the mugs and the t-shirts and the bags that people have and you know,
now we
all
do all
that.
that stuff, but really our primary is printing on paper products.
Okay.
Postcards for, we do a lot with Keller Williams, Domain out of West Bloomfield in Birmingham. We
Know all
do,
the owners.
you know, and we do a lot of different, we just quoted a catalog for a company out of Canada. So it's a whole bunch of different mailing services. We're a full service mailing company. You can come to us, bring us a list. We can design a postcard, design a mailing piece for you, and get it sent out. We go to the post office daily, dropping items off. We get a little better pricing than you would if you mailed first class.
So when
But
when people hear that direct mail piece, that's what you're referring to is this
correct,
direct mail means is that you're getting a lower postage cost by sending it through all the same to zip codes, correct?
correct. You need to send at least 200 pieces to be able to get the special pricing. And that right now it's around, if you're doing a postcard, it's around 48 cents a piece postage.
I laugh because I just found out just recently how much a US stamp is
Yeah.
because I had just lost track of it. I just buy those forever stamps and didn't think twice about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, how much is that direct mail piece I do? And now I know it's 48 cents. I remember when it was like 24.
Yeah. Now you could get around 24 cents if you do an EDDM piece, which is every door direct mail. And what that is you're targeting specific routes, and everybody on that street or everybody on that route would get your mailing piece.
Okay. Versus the alternate is how is that categorized?
Well, which is the alternate is direct mail. And direct mail is we put a list and it goes to different people in the zip codes. It doesn't go to everybody there. It would go to just certain addresses that we picked out for you or we got from a mailing list company. Um, if you order a mailing list, you can get, we did a customer one time where they were selling cribs and they wanted to find out women that were in their first trimester of their pregnancy because statistics show that they buy the most cribs.
I would guess so. Yeah,
So,
it would make sense. I'm driving a 1922 car, there's a high probability I would need a new one, right?
absolutely.
So, well, that's interesting. I never knew that that's how that kind of worked out. So, how do you help a business that's looking at getting into like maybe a statistical type of mailing, which is like you mentioned,
hmm
somebody that has an event going on in their life, so there's a higher probability they would use that product or service. How do businesses know how to do that?
So, what they would do, they would give us a call, tell us what their criteria is, what they're looking for. Um, it could be somebody, it's a new preschool opening up. We need homes that are valued at $300,000 up. They have kids that are between the ages of 0 to 6, and they make this amount of money.
And the purpose of that is obviously to really kind of look at the people that are higher probability of needing the service, but it also sounds like to save money.
It does.
Yeah, because no different than if I'm sending out my real estate information, I don't want to send maybe to, a nursing home, right? There's a very
Correct.
low probability that when we go into, a senior center that we're going to come back out again, right?
Right. Because when you get a mailing list, they're going to send you all the lists and that they're going to send you everybody in that area code, say. So they'll send you people that are in apartments, they'll send you people that are in trailer parks, in the housing, and the housing can start at low income all the way to high income. So then when we get those lists, then we can narrow it down to exactly what you're looking for.
Interesting. And you offer all that as a service
Yes, we
for
do.
doing business with
Hmm.
you. Nice. So let's get into the personal stuff. So who's your big why?
Who's my big why?
That would be your wife, Geno.
My that would be my wife,
Great answer.
Janie. We've been married for 39 years.
And she's so lovely. I
Yep.
really like her.
Yep. She works from home, so since COVID hit, but she seems to enjoy that.
Well, and it's, she supports all of your activities, the volunteering, the boards, the all of that. And that's a true statement,
She does.
of who she is. And we always say, especially when I'm addressing our board of directors, we have to thank the people that are behind sometimes our board of directors because they're supporting those individuals. So that's such a huge role for you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's times when I'm doing chamber stuff, I don't get, look at when we used to host and help with the Founders Festival.
Ugh,
You know,
please,
that weekend
gone.
I was gone,
Morning to morning.
basically.
We were in these cleaning up at
Yeah,
like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning.
absolutely.
Those are the good old days, though. I had a great time doing that.
Yes, absolutely.
But they were home. You know what I mean? They were doing what had to be done to keep the family,
Yeah.
going as we're volunteering. So, at the end of every podcast, we have a tradition,
Hmm.
which is we always kind of say, hey, if you could meet your younger self,
Hmm.
what advice would you give that person?
My advice would probably be pay more attention in school.
Any specific grade?
Just all of it,
Okay.
kids nowadays don't realize, you know, going through that school process on how much that grade point average means to try to get into a college, you know. And that'd probably be another thing, go to college.
Mm,
I went to some college, but I never graduated. Nowadays I would say get your degree
that's amazing.
or go to a trade school.
Yeah. And do something obviously that you have a passion for, right?
Absolutely.
Because that's what's going to get you out of bed and do the things that you need to do when you don't really want to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, if you don't want to get up in the morning, then you shouldn't be doing what you're doing.
Right. Well, Gino, once again, thank you for not only being here at the podcast, but also everything you've done at CARES, and just being just a really great friend. My friendship with you is one of those things that I value at such a high level. We've seen each other through a lot of crazy things in different types of
Yeah,
nonprofit sectors and personal. And so thank you
absolutely.
so much for being just a good, good friend.
No, and thank you for being my friend. Now we have Trevor and Liv. I appreciate your guys' relationship.
Aw, that's amazing. So until next week, I'll see you then.